welcome to the El Dude Midnight Hour of the boxing commentaries. Like I said, I just got off the behind the scenes, so I made sure the whole audio was working. You know what I mean? I got everything out of the way. Got myself a little drink. Saludos to all of you. And bienvenidos. Welcome. So today we're going to be talking about a video, an interview I will share with you just that right here, right now. Right? So it's from Bernardo Pilate Oficial. So he interviewed Samson Lokowoksi, right? Can't really pronounce his last name. Apologize for that, Mr. Samson. But what I could tell you is that Samson is indeed the manager of David Benavidez. And in this particular interview, Samson is being asked these particular questions that you see here on the screen, right? So they're in Spanish, but I'll translate them. And it basically states, why is David Benavidez ducking Canelo? Why is he moving up to face the winner between Benavidez and Bivol? What is his opinion on Canelo versus Berlanga? So these are some interesting questions that are being asked to the manager of David Benavidez. And just remember, this is a fight that we were waiting for between Canelo and David Benavidez. And to be honest with you, it didn't turn out that way for the fans. You know what I mean? As we all know, David Benavidez kept asking for extensions. He got about 3 of them. He was asking for a 4th one. He was indecisive. And when push came to shove, he was nowhere to be found. He took off once. He was, in my opinion, he was scared once. He was sitting, so the truth, came out at the end. You know what I mean? It was all lies from Team Benavidez. You know what I mean? But fortunately, David Benavidez's own manager, he came out here and he said the truth. Now, he was, being pressed. And he was, as much as he was trying to defend David, he was telling the truth right here. I'm going to play the interview. You know what I mean? So here we go.
Bienvenido a Pilati en vivo. Obviamente tenemos muchas preguntas para hacerle, relacionadas evidentemente con David Benavidez.
So welcome. We have a lot of questions to ask you. You know what I mean? So he's pretty much the interviewers welcoming Samson into the show.
Semana de absoluto silencio. David Benavidez ha estado 3 semanas para pensar lo obvio.
Said it took David Benavidez over 3 weeks. That's obvious to make up his mind. So you can see how the interviewer is a little bit of annoyed with David Benavidez.
Y definitivamente ha hecho lo obvio que es.
And obviously, definitely, what he did was abandon the 168 divisions. But I welcome you with a salute and tell us your point of view.
Todo ese final del proceso de este verdadero culebrón.
Of all this process, of this long tail of the snake.
Cuando se habla de Canelo siempre hay un culebrón, así que.
And then Samson is laughing and saying, when we talk about Canelo, there's always a head of a snake.
No hay mucho para no, volviendo al tema real.
So, but back to reality.
El atraso que hubo es muy sencillo. Uno tiene.
The multiple extensions, it's very simple. There's an explanation.
Vida privada.
It has to do with the private life of David Benavidez. And remember, in this particular interview right here that you're seeing on the screen now, the thumbnail, David Benavidez's own father said that the extension had to do with a party, that they wanted to party and celebrate Father's Day, which is why they needed more time to think about the fight. Which I find it kind of, I think he's scared of him. But anyways, let's get back to the point.
Y uno tiene que respetar también la familia y las vacaciones.
But, you got to respect the family and his vacation time. It is what it is.
Y acordamos una semana de atraso.
And even though we got an additional extra week after all that, extensions.
Para que realmente todo no es tan fácil como.
He's kind of like stuttering and he's like, well, it's like, let me tell you, well, the thing is, well, that's what you're hearing right there. And I'm not making fun of him, but that's literally how he's sounding right now. The people they could think of, now he's talking about the people.
Un título
The people are thinking that like it's an interim title. It's an interim title,
y tomar una decisión es muy fácil,
and it's not an easy decision to make when you have an interim title.
sino hay que ver la trayectoria y qué va a ser del futuro de él. David
And David's thinking about his future. It's as simple as that.
tomó esa decisión,
And he took the decision,
únicamente él,
and it was only him. This decision was only from David,
no el entrenador, no el
not his dad, not his trainer,
papá, nadie.
not him, not his management, not the PBC. Nobody made the decision to force Benavidez to not face Canelo and move up to 175. David made that decision on himself to not enforce the fight against Canelo and to move up because he was thinking about his future.
Simplemente él tomó la decisión
And simply said, he is the one that made that decision.
de seguir en 175 para tener su propio legado.
Because he simply wants to make his own legacy, and that's why he chose to go to 175 on his own.
Y no depender de una pelea, porque
And not to depend on just one fight.
le prometió don Mauricio Suleiman
And yes, you know, the WBC's president, Mauricio Suleiman, did promise him to fight to face Canelo.
de que si él decidía quedarse en la 68, él tenía la obligación
That if he did indeed stay at 168, he was going to have the fight against Canelo.
el Canelo, de pelear con él o dejar el título vacante. Muy sencillo.
Sancho,
And or Canelo would have to vacate that title if Canelo did not agree to the mandatory.
hay muchas personas que lo cuestionan severamente.
Yes, the interviewer says, but there's a lot of people now pretty much talking a lot of shit about Benavidez because he talked a lot of shit and he didn't do nothing about it. It's pretty much what he's saying. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he says, watch.
A David Benavidez al cuestionarle el hecho de que ha estado tanto tiempo detrás, se ha hablado tanto, especialmente por
He's been hiding Canelo talking a lot of smack.
parte de su padre.
Specifically, his own father's been talking a lot of smack.
Se ha manejado de tantas maneras diferentes.
He's come about this very strange.
Este tema de Benavidez contra Canelo, que suena un poco absurdo, que
But it sounds absurd.
cuando está, digamos, como usted nos dice, de que el Consejo Mundial a través de Suleiman le dijo que si él decidía pelear con
It's absurd just to hear it from your own voice, your own words, that you're the manager that's saying that Mauricio Suleiman told him that he was going to get the fight if he accepted the fight, but he chose not to. That's absurd.
Canelo ordenaba la pelea, ¿por qué la abandona en este momento?
So why is he abandoning the fight in this particular moment? He got what he wanted, and so why is he not accepting the fight? What's going on here?
Porque Canelo nunca iba a pelear con Benavidez. Entonces, ¿qué pasaba? Entonces llegaba el momento de que iba la mandatoria. Él siempre peleó con el número uno, no importa quién fuera. Ahora
He's saying Canelo fought, the number one, regardless, in my opinion, even though Canelo fought the number one throughout, because he's pretty much, it's kind of hard to follow through. He's like saying, Canelo fought Canelo's been fighting the number one, yes, but in my opinion, he wasn't going to fight Benavidez. I mean, what kind of answer is that, bro? I mean, they ask him, see how the interview caught this guy. He told him, but this is absurd, man. You literally just said that he was going to get the fight, right? When push came to shove, he chose not to fight Canelo, and he abandons his the 168 to make his own legacy because he doesn't want to fight Canelo, for whatever reason, right? So it's absurd. And then this guy's saying, and it's why is that? Tell me why now? Why did he vacate? And he's saying, well, because even though Canelo fought the number one, pretty much saying Canelo's fought the number ones throughout his resume, but in my opinion, he was not going to fight Benavidez. I mean, come on, bro.
Hay un canadiense.
And there's this Canadian. And he said, but there's Mbili, you know, there's Mbili. So now, you know, it's like, now Mbili's in the picture. So now Team Benavidez is now shifting blame. It's like, well, Canelo was not going to fight us, you know, but there's Mbili. You know, how come you don't fight Mbili? Oh, man, this is fucking ridiculous, bro. This is, oh, man, this is pathetic, bro. You heard the manager himself say Benavidez's own decision was to not fight Canelo and move up to 175. But why? Why after talking all this shit? Why did he abandon the fight? You know, it's absurd. You know, it doesn't make any sense. After talking all that shit, why? Well, you know, Canelo should fight Mbili. Oh, man, bro, this is sad, bro. They don't even know what to say, bro. So now Mbili's the next kind of, you know, Canelo's stuck in Mbili, right? Oh, man. So, you don't believe me? Let me just rewind it just a few, about 40 seconds back. Just, his own father's been talking shit. There's all these different weird ways of coming about it. It's absurd. But it's even weird that you said it yourself. That Sullivan told himself he was going to get the fight with Canelo. All he had to do was submit the paper. Because I think that Canelo was not going to give him the fight. And yes, he was going to get the mandatory. And Canelo's always fought the number one. True. But there's a Canadian out there. Mbili? Yeah, Mbili. He's very attractive. He's very attractive. Just the only problem is nobody knows him in the United States. But Canada, you know, it's not a low budget place either.
Entonces, la única solución que tenía, le quita el título y va a pelear con un boxeador que
he's going to fight somebody who nobody knows. That's why he's moving up to make his own legacy. And now Benavidez is waiting that Bivol fights Beterbiev so that he will get that winner. Did you hear that shit, bro? Did you hear that shit? Did you hear that shit? His own manager is saying Benavidez chose not to accept the fight because he just felt that he was not going to get the fight. And now they believe that it should be Canelo and Mbili, not Benavidez versus Mbili. It's Canelo versus Mbili. Why isn't he fighting Mbili? He's a good fighter. It's just that nobody knows him. You know, and the only reason Benavidez moved up and fought a nobody was because he was trying to fight the winner of Beterbiev versus Bivol, because he's trying to make his own legacy. I mean, you heard it right now. You heard it right here. Bro, this is sad, bro. Bro, come on, bro. And all you cheerleader fucking Benavidez fanboys out there, bro. I mean, come on, bro. You guys are not ignorant. You guys know these interviews are out there. But just the simple fact that you guys don't, you know, talk about them, you guys suppress the truth, you guys are out there just hating on Canelo, it just shows you guys are just bitch boys, bro. You know, and then have the fucking audacity to say some shit like, you know, they ain't like us, you know. Of course we're not. Of course we're not. We're just, bitch boy motherfuckers out there hiding and twisting and suppressing the truth and shit, bro. You know what I mean? You can't even fucking tell the truth and shit, bro, when the truth is out there fucking in your face. You guys acting like motherfucking bitch boys are. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous, bro. It's just ridiculous, bro. Let's continue with the interview.
Eso sería el próximo 5 de mayo.
Because, and as we know, Berlanga is fighting Canelo on the 5th of May.
Obviamente, lo que sigue a continuación para David Benavidez, más de una pregunta.
He said, but let's continue. Let's continue with Benavidez, because now he's talking about Berlanga. Samson, the manager, is now trying to shift the conversation into Berlanga now that he literally, disgustingly threw Mbili in the picture. And the interview is kind of getting kind of annoyed. He's like, no, let's come back to Benavidez. Let's come back to Benavidez. Pretty much saying, you know, Mbili and Berlanga got nothing to do with these questions right now. Let's focus on Benavidez, your own boy.
Pero, digamos, manteniéndonos en el tema Canelo, había certeza absoluta de que Canelo Álvarez, en caso se ordenara la pelea con Benavidez, iba a renunciar a la misma, que estaba dispuesto a renunciar a su cinturón. ¿Qué le dijo a usted, Mauricio Sulaimán?
No,
So are you saying 100% factual truth here? What you're saying, is it truth? Is it truth that Benavidez was going to get the fight against Canelo because that is what the WBC had ordered? Is that what you're telling us, that if Benavidez would have signed that paper, he was indeed going to have the fight against Canelo next? Is that what you're telling us? Is that what you're saying?
Mauricio solo me dijo que si no peleaba con Benavidez le quitaba el cinturón.
Yes. Mauricio Suleiman, the president of the WBC Boxing Commission, told me personally that Benavidez was going to get the fight next. Otherwise, Canelo was going to get stripped. Yes.
Como yo dije, he navegado muchas
But
millas acuáticas.
I've been navigating
Iba a pasar esa pelea.
in deep waters,
Como nunca
talking
pasó
about
la
that fight.
pelea con Michachevsky.
Michachevsky is another fighter.
Un año y tanto que
About
hablé
over a year ago,
dije justamente
I said,
de que no iba a pasar y
that
que
Michachevsky was not going to get the fight,
con Canelo. Canelo no iba a
that
aceptar.
Canelo was not going to get the fight against Benavidez because he's a good businessman. So look how he just said it. They asked him a question. So, okay, so you're telling us that this is what the WBC told you personally. Yes. The WBC told me personally that he was gonna get the fight. And then he's throwing in this other guy's name who nobody knows in the picture. But like I said, there's deep waters out there. That I said that, like I've never, Chechesky didn't get the fight over a year and so ago, but justly, it's not gonna happen. Get Canelo, Canelo, because like you said, Canelo's a businessman, and Canelo's gonna charge. He's gonna charge less, but then he's gonna fight Crawford to get more. So now look at all the shifting blame. Oh, he's gonna fight Crawford. He's gonna make more money with Crawford. He's gonna make more money with Crawford. But we all know that Canelo does not want to fight Crawford. He publicly stated, he doesn't want to fight Crawford. He's not gonna fight Crawford. Right? It does nothing for him. A lot of the fans don't want to see Crawford move up and fight Canelo. But this guy said, no, he's gonna fight Berlanga, and then he's gonna fight Berlanga for much less money than he was gonna fight us. But he's gonna make more money with Crawford, But he's totally avoiding the questions. But focus on your boy. Remember the interview told him, let's come back to your boy. Let's focus on your boy.
Entonces, ha tratado varias veces de que le quiten el título a Fundora.
And look at Crawford. Look at Crawford. He's trying to strip Fundora. Crawford is trying to do everything possible to take the title away from Fundora. The fuck, bro?
Está haciendo el negocio ya, preparando su negocio con Crawford.
And it's because Crawford is trying to finalize his business with Canelo. He needs that title.
Se supone,
excuse me. Wait. Excuse. So the interviewer is not saying, excuse me, bro. Hold on. Excuse me.
Con Canelo.
Ahora, se supone entonces de que con la renuncia de Benavidez, digamos, si vamos a lo que nos obliga a pensar el sentido común, el Consejo Mundial debería...
So, okay. So now that we know that your boy's not going to fight Canelo, so you're saying, well, Canelo didn't get the fight against Benavidez in this case because he never enforced the mandatory. So you're saying that Canelo should fight Billy next? That's what you're saying? That's who he should fight next?
La mandatoria de la asociación.
He said, no, I'm not saying Canelo should fight Billy next, but it's not going to happen because Canelo has to fight his mandatories. Hold on, guys. Hold on. If you guys look at my thumbnail there, you'll see the super middleweight division. Right now, at the WBA, you'll notice that Edgar Berlanga is ranked number 1. Above Edgar Berlanga is David Morrell, the interim or the regular champion underneath the super champion of Saul Canelo Alvarez. But don't forget that David Morrell is no longer in this ranking. David Morrell, about a month or 2 ago, he vacated this particular position and he moved up himself. to chase David Benavidez. That's another video for another day, but look it up. And so, who is now the mandatory fighter to fight Canelo at the WBA sanctioning body? It's Edgar Berlanga. So Canelo is fighting his mandatory in Edgar Berlanga. He could have fought William Skoll, right? But because he didn't fight William Skoll, the IBF stripped Canelo. Diego Pacheco could also fight some Canelo Alvarez, but the WBO has not mandated that fight, which is why David Pacheco is just waiting patiently. He's not yet the mandatory, even though he's ranked number 1. He has not been enforced to fight Canelo. William Skoll wasn't forced to fight Canelo because Canelo didn't give William Skoll that fight. Canelo has now been stripped from his IBF title. David Morrell moved up from the WBO 168 division, and that made Edgar Berlanga the new mandatory for Saul Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez was the mandatory in the same position that Edgar Berlanga was in. The same position that David Berlanga found himself in was the same position that David Benavidez was in, but the only difference is that Edgar Berlanga had to wait his turn behind David Benavidez. And remember, that fight was going to go down in September. It's going to go down in September. It was scheduled for September. So they were telling Benavidez, hey, man, we're running out of time here, but, come on. Let us know if you want to fight Canelo because we're running out of time. We have to announce it. We got to make posters. We got to make promotions. We got to book the venues. We got to get the security, the food, the catering, the parking, the fire marshal, everything, right? They got to prepare for the fight. And what do you say? Nah, I waited to the last day, and even not even the last day, after his third, fourth extension. At the end of his third, fourth extension, he's like, nah, I changed my mind. I don't want to fight Canelo. Why? Why don't you want to fight him? Right? And what has Benavidez said ever since? I'm mad. I'm pissed. I'm pissed that he's fighting Berlanga. Why you pissed, homie? Why you pissed? You're pissed that your own manager is telling the truth? You getting exposed out here? Is that what you're pissed? Because you shouldn't be pissed that you didn't get the fight against Canelo because you had that fight, which is fucking weird, bro. Here, let's continue.
Que ya estaba hecha. Entonces, ¿viste?
O sea que contra Berlanga iba a ser sí o sí, sin importar lo que.
So what you're saying is that Berlanga was gonna fight Canelo, yes or no, right? Is that what you're saying?
Era Benavidez.
No.
If it wasn't Benavidez, right? I'm not bringing up Eubank, but he doesn't know. He thinks that I think it was gonna be Eubank. Is what he's saying, not Berlanga.
De que tenía un contrato. Eso es lo que no lo vi.
He said, I haven't seen no paperwork. At least he's being honest. Look, he's saying, look, I didn't see no paperwork. I didn't see no contract. I'm just assuming here. I thought that Canelo was going to fight Eubank, Chris Eubank Jr., right?
Pero mi entendimiento tenía un contrato por X millones de dólares contra Canelo.
And I don't even know how much money. It was millions of money they were going to fight for that fight. I have no idea, he's saying.
Cuando firmó con Eddie Hearn.
He said when he signed with Eddie Hearn, so I don't know. Now remember, it was Samson himself who literally said on Pro Box TV, he literally said that when Canelo joined the PBC, he signed a 3-fight deal that included Benavidez in September of 2024, a date scheduled for Benavidez and Canelo. He goes, but that money doesn't exist.
En el caso de Berlanga.
In the case of Berlanga,
lo anunció Coppinger.
He's saying Coppinger, so they're saying they announced the fight. So the fight's been announced against Berlanga. That's been announced. Dan Rafael is saying that Coppinger might have got ahead of himself, but the fight is scheduled. The fight is made. But they're saying that this is a set date for September. It's already signed. But in theory, let's be honest, Berlanga is the mandatory for the WBA sanctioning body, right? Oh, are you telling me something different? Are you trying to tell me something different? No, yeah, you're right. Berlanga is the mandatory. But I just thought it was going to be Eubank. But I think they brought in Eubank just to lowball Berlanga. So you're saying they utilized Eubank to lowball Berlanga? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember, he said it himself. He never saw the numbers. He doesn't know how much this fight was done. What was the offer? He has no idea, but he's just talking shit. Why? He's trying to make Canelo look bad some one way or another. It's all going to come down to Canelo, right? Check this out. He goes 2 + 2 is 4 anywhere in the world, but the problem is that Berlanga wanted the contract, and he was agreeing to all the terms that Canelo wanted. Goes, but that's not Canelo's fault that he's fighting Berlanga. And it's not Berlanga's fault either that they're fighting each other. So he's trying to talk shit about Berlanga, but he's literally giving Berlanga props. Like, hey man, Berlanga came in here and he agreed to all the terms. He didn't give a fuck, low ball or not. He's taking the fight. But that's not Canelo's fault that he's fighting Berlanga next. And it's not Berlanga's fault that he's fighting Canelo. It's not their fault that they're fighting each other. Whose fault is it? No, it's Benavidez' fault because he didn't want to fight. But he's still going to get more than Pacheco, Berlanga is. It is what it is. But let's go ahead and continue. Well, I think we heard enough, haven't we? When it comes to what we just heard, man. I mean, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here. You heard it here. You heard it here. His own manager admitting that David dug Canelo. Canelo saying he's willing to fight David Benavidez according to the own words of his own managers. David Benavidez' own manager said that Canelo was willing to fight Benavidez in September. He signed that contract with the PBC that included Benavidez in September. You heard the interviewer tell Samson, kept asking him, hey, but are you sure? Are you sure that this is what they're asking you? Are you sure that this is what they were telling you? You're 100% positive that WBC was telling you that Canelo was supposed to fight Benavidez next if Benavidez signed and petitioned for that mandatory. And Samson was responding, yes, I keep telling you, yes. That was the truth. The WBC was indeed telling the truth. They were going to give Benavidez the fight against Canelo, or he was going to get stripped if he didn't give Benavidez that shot next. But it was Benavidez who decided to move up. He's the only one that made the decision. Nobody forced him to move up. You heard Benavidez' own manager say it was Benavidez' own decision to not fight Canelo. He didn't say it was Canelo's fault. He never said it was his own management, it was the PBC, it was the lawyers, it was the doctor, No, he said the one who made the sole decision of, not wanting to fight Canelo and moving up to a different division was Benavidez. That's on him. He chose not to fight him. It's not Canelo's fault. He said this is not Berlanga's fault. This is not Canelo's fault. This is not the management's fault. This is not the PBC's fault. Nobody forced Benavidez to move up. This is the Benavidez decision that came out of his own mind. So I don't know, man. All you haters out there and shit, of Canelo, still talking shit, bro. Canelo dug Benavidez. Yeah. Cry me a river, you piece of shit. It's kind of sad nowadays. I used to enjoy watching YouTube commentaries, YouTube, boxing news, and now it's just all pathetic. A bunch of bitch-ass motherfuckers suppressing the truth, hiding the truth. I can't even have a fucking simple conversation with a man, Holmes, about the truth, about why Canelo's not fighting Benavidez. Oh, because Canelo's this, Canelo's that. It's been 3 years. Hey, shut the fuck up, bro. Just shut the fuck up. How am I supposed to talk with a man, Holmes? It was like you're sounding like a little bitch boy, bro. Like a little bitch boy. You ever seen them fucking barrio bitches, bro? The ghetto bitches out there? Trying to defend their piece of shit, man. You know what I mean? Out there with the fucking dirty ass motherfucking, pants, dragging his pants and shit. Fucking, you see his fucking underwear, fucking, everybody's sagging nowadays, dirty ass underwear and shit. Smelling like shit, Holmes. Don't even got a job. Can't even fucking pay for an Uber or nothing, Holmes, you know what I mean? He's out there talking shit, thinking it's all bad. As soon as you get his ass kicked, you got that barrio bitch, or that ghetto bitch out there, Let him alone, he's not his fault, Or the cops come over and you'll see that, Yeah, you're just racist. You're discriminating and shit. Get that piece of shit out of here, huh? You know, both of you fucking bums. Get your bum ass out of here. Your low life fucking piece of shit ass making the entire neighborhood look all bad. Fucking smelly ass stinky motherfucker. Get a fucking job, man. Do something, huh? You know what I mean? Fucking embarrassing, huh? You motherfuckers embarrassing, huh? Can't even have a fucking simple conversation. It's too fucking embarrassing, huh? I don't want to be associated. You know what I mean? Tell me who you hang out with, huh? I'll tell you who you are. Why the fuck would I want to hang out with you, motherfuckers, huh? Why the fuck would I want to spend my fucking time, huh? Arguing with a fucking idiot, a hater, a jealous, envious, childish, immature, cheerleader, bitch boy. Like, why the fuck would I want to do that, huh? You know what I mean? And the only reason I decided to make my videos, huh? You know what I mean? Because 99% of the motherfuckers out there, bro, are not fucking showing the truth. Right? Specifically in the LDBC to the YTBC. No one's talking about this shit, humps. No one is bringing up the fact that, you know, that this is what's going on, that it was indeed David Benavidez who dug Canelo. It's plain and simple. But no, you don't want to hear it that way. You want to hear all these lies and spread gossip, rumors that, you know, just falsify the truth. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. Bro, 3 years ago, Benavidez was suspended, bro. How the fuck was it 3 years ago when 3 years ago he was suspended? He got his title stripped away. Twice, back to back. He got suspended. He was ineligible. He had no title, bro. He was fucking... Couldn't even... It's like the whole... You know, it's just pathetic. 3 years ago? Yeah, that's what he was doing 3 years ago. Oh, that must have been 2 years ago. Oh, you mean when he fought Lemieux? When he just came back from his... Because 2 years ago is when he came back from his suspension. Oh, yeah, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Against who? When he defeated who? Oh, after he defeated Plant. When he defeated Plant, yeah. When he defeated Plant, that's when he was given the mandatory for March 2024. And when March 2024 came for him to sign the paperwork to get that fight on the road, he plain and simply just ducked. You know what I mean? I mean, what's the problem, Holmes? What's the problem here, Holmes? It's just pathetic, Holmes. You know what I mean? It really is, Holmes. It really is. Motherfuckers are duck, Holmes. But you motherfuckers are haters, Holmes. So I gotta come out here, Holmes. And as long as I leave my little, 2 cents in this fucking conversation, as long as there's a video out there where you can at least hear the motherfucking truth, Holmes. And there it is, Holmes, right there. Live and cut and direct, Holmes. You know what I mean? Well, thank you for tuning in, Holmes. Thank you for watching another edition of the Midnight Hour Boxing Commentary. Here with your dude, Holmes. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good night. Because right now it's 1 o'clock in California. I'm not sure what time it is in your time, but it's time for me to go to sleep. It's just time for me to go to sleep. Well, hope you guys enjoy the show. It is what it is. Thumb it up or thumb it down. I don't give a fuck. Peace.